Hello, everybody, and welcome to our panel, First Million is Calling You. Tips and tricks how to become successful in the music industry. I guess your majority of you are artists, aren't you? Who is artist from the audience? Okay, plenty of you. And the rest? Who are you guys? Are you from this? Who are you guys? Why are you here? Are you all from the music industry? I guess you're all from the music industry. Maybe you're some talent searchers. So please, talents and artists, be aware that everybody talent hunters are around us. So welcome everybody. I'm so happy to introduce you to our guests. First, I would like to introduce the local guy from Macedonia, Mr. Darko Dimitrov, singer, songwriter, producer, and very important shareholder of the music industry. We are waiting for Ana Castillo from Spain. Zarina Prvasevda from Macedonia is also here, a young and emerging artist. From Germany, Frank Abraham from FCAT. Welcome to Macedonia. And from Serbia, from Virgin Music Group, my friend Nikola Jovanovic is here, full of secrets and reveals and solutions to all of your problems. So hello, everybody. First, I would like to kindly ask you to a little bit introduce yourself, starting with Zarina. Can you tell us something more about work you're doing and why are you here and in which position in your musical career are you now?
Okay, so I'm Zarina Prvasevda. I'm working into the field of world music. Actually, I'm exploring into the traditional music from the Balkans, with specialty on Macedonian traditional music, but still I'm singing on 5 languages. At the moment, I'm on 4th year of the story of Zarina Prvasevda, and I'm very happy and satisfied with how my path is going until now. I'm always talking to my colleagues, to the young artists, that my biggest start to breaking through the borders of Macedonia was playing on PIN 3 years ago.
Ah, that's how it all started.
Yes.
That's why you're happy now.
Yes. And so, yes, my last concert was one of my biggest wishes and goals that I have set for my career on Vomex this year. And I'm so happy and satisfied to tell this. And probably I know some things about how to start the career of the young artist who is coming from the village, but now is playing on
bigger
Vomex
stages, yeah.
and, you know. So I don't know, I just saw on the description of this panel, it was marketing is everything, so probably I know some things about this. And how to stay, how to
stay
lose,
insane.
yeah, how to stay insane. So I'm the right person to speak about how to stay insane.
Great.
Yeah.
We are looking forward to listen to all of your
Thank you.
all of your secrets. Then we're going to switch to the another local guy, Darko. We all know you from people from Balkan. All know you, but could you somehow introduce yourself for the people around?
Always in the beginning. I always, when I wake up, I want to be like it's my first day.
Really?
Yes.
Still, you have this enthusiasm to prove yourself.
That's my, goal, because, always you came to some goal, let's say, but you are not satisfied. When you came there, you are, let's say, I have some ideas to have a hit song when I begin.
And then
it happened the first song, I was lucky. So I say, what now,
When was it, like 25 years ago, maybe?
1991.
Oh my God, okay, that's...
Many years.
Many years, 34.
So I always start from the beginning, like I never did nothing. So I clean my head and you're nothing, you're just start enjoying.
And how come that you never gave up?
Probably because I work with many people and they give me the energy, they push me. Like I even don't answer the phone anymore. But they somehow find me and
they ring the bell on the doors.
Yeah, they push me. It's their fault. No, I'm joking. I love. It's we are all here. We're here. Let's say we all love music. It's not our profession. Like we have to do it. Like
it's not profession. It's passion.
Yes, because if you don't do this job for passion, you're not musician. You're just let's say influencer or something. I don't know.
Businessman.
Or businessman. But if that's the point, yeah, you can be maybe manager of some company. But if you're doing music,
It's another thing.
my point was to start to enjoy the music, you know, and to make music that people will listen. Because if you make music just for home, it's not.
The same thing.
You know, it's not even the music. You know, you have to share it. You know, doesn't matter how many people listen. It's not the point that you have a worldwide success, but you know, when you share it, you see a reaction of
Feedback is
feedback.
important.
Yeah, even if it's small, you know, small group of people, because that small group of people, if they like it, they will share it. They will tell about you, and the story goes on. That's the best commercial I ever got for my case, let's say, because I rarely gave interviews. I don't want to go out in
Then we are privileged.
crowd.
Thank you for showing
No,
up.
I
here.
don't. I didn't want it to be a face of music, let's say, but I became because probably my music did that, because it was not my passion to go out to perform or something. I rarely, very rarely perform anywhere, like, and because my goal was to enjoy music, to make music, and to make other people happy.
And to help other people
Yes,
to get
yes.
recognition.
Yes.
Okay, thank you for now. Nicola, are you here for passion or profession? What is your
yeah,
path?
both. Yes, I made profession out of passion. I would say that way. I mean, I have many hats. I'm here as Virgin Music Group or Universal Music, because Virgin is part of Universal Music. But I also have my own label, Contra Rights. I do a lot of concerts in Serbia. I manage Butch Cassidy, Valorans, a couple of more bands. I'm the head of Milan Mladenovic estate, which is something that I do out of pure passion and pure kind of, you know, repaying back the debt that I feel to this
society,
person and to the music, that, you know, the legacy of that cult band from the 90s and 80s should be, you know, respected. So yeah, this is, I mean, I started as somebody who haven't had any kind of connections in the music business or anything, because none of my parents or, you know, people I'm surrounded, they're all engineers, architects, and, you know, this, you know.
Are they disappointed now?
My
God, why music?
No, not now, not. But when I started, I wanted to start music production. That's how I, you know, got into this. And of course, you can't get to art academy that easily. You know, there's a whole procedure of you failing for 3, 4, 5 times. So you kind of get tough. So then they say, yo, now I see you for the 6th time at the exam.
Now you can
you're
enter.
ready. And I told them to fuck off. I just didn't want to do it that way. And then I enrolled the private school. I went first to the political sciences because it was, you know, 2000s, Milosevic protests, everything, you know, everybody were like...
And now everything changed.
No, now everything is even worse, but we're not going to talk about Serbs talking about Serbian
Yes,
politics.
Please stop. Nicola
yeah.
is always talking about politics.
Yeah.
I
And
said
I won't
no
be
this
able to
time.
get back home,
Yeah.
so I need to be, Rogin is recording this, you know. I don't want to be Severina. So...
I want to be Severina, please.
I mean, in border, you know. So when I said to my parents, I want to do this, they're like, what, you know, how are you going to live? It's early 2000s, end of the 99, 2000s. And I mean, the question was right, you know, what you going to support yourself, how are you going to do it? But I think time changed so much right now that it's, even for new parents, very different perspective now, that music, you know, you have very famous people, you know, the show you're sitting in is giving some perspective to young generations and so on. A lot of things changed since, you know, selling cassettes and CDs and everything.
So things changed for the better, in your opinion?
In a lot of ways, yes.
Okay.
You know, you don't have a lot of gatekeepers anymore. You know, you know,
But
you
then
remember
you're up
when
to
you
you.
started and you want to release a record. What did you do? You knocked the doors. Like one of the girls asked, "What do I do if I have a project and who can support it?" On the last panel, and then you had to knock at a couple of record labels in the 80s because they were all state labels, and then some serious guy who's there said, "No, this is shit. This is not right. You know, I don't feel this sound and so on." So you don't have this kind of, or even, you know, at music editors at TV or radio stations, they're more flexible right now. If you're on TikTok, on here and there, that they would play your music. You know, see Baby Lasagna, he's singing in English. I mean, we spoke about it yesterday in Croatia. He's still singing in English and now being on radio. That doesn't automatically mean that all Croatians radio will start playing English songs, but some might, because you have a success story that's very different from what we had currently.
So the serious guys, first they see that somebody's popular, and then they say, wow, I hear the sound now.
No,
Now
it's
I'm
just,
in
I
it.
think that, being able to record music much more cheaper, to put it that way, so you don't have hundreds of thousands of euros. You can do it in your bedroom. Being able to get instruments cheaper, not to import it from here and there and go to UK and buy it. Being able to have the worldwide discography in your pocket. So if you want a Beatles or Stones on The Cure or whoever, Lady Gaga, you just open your app. You used to have how many cassettes, CDs, and then if you
it
want
was
to listen...
expensive and hard to find.
So some of the things change. Some of the things change for the worst in terms of payment, in terms of how music is paid and what is going to the authors first and foremost, and then to everybody else in this chain. And something that hasn't changed, I think, is the education. Education in terms of that artist, mainly, but also other people in the business, still don't understand what the business is, what is the copyright. That's,
Now you are here to teach us.
I will.
You already solved many questions of this panel. Frank, what is your story?
Well, hello everybody. I'm a booking agent. My company is called FCAT. My name is Frank Abraham. So we are based in Berlin, and I do this job also since the early 90s. I started more or less by coincidence, but then it became a passion very quickly, I think, and it still is my passion after all the years, for sure. All the time when you have a roster of 50 or 60 artists, we always have changes in our roster. Every summer, mostly, we change it. And when I discover new acts, it's something that I find very exciting,
Personally. So
personally,
you don't listen
but
to
also
other
professionally, I think you need to have a passion for what you do, especially as an agent. You will not be able to offer your artist to promoters when you don't believe in the artist. So it's both the music, but it's also the image and everything we're going to talk about, which makes me curious, and then I start discovering those bands and I get really excited. I work with bands from all over the world. I mean, you said world music. We call it global pop, because it's mostly pop artists we do. But artists who you discover because maybe they are emerging, but very often they are famous in their home country already, and then they come to Europe where nobody knows them, and then they have somehow to start from scratch again, which is not always easy when you're on a certain level at home already, but it's all kinds of music. So it can be electronic, it can be traditional, and my taste is very broad. Yeah, so I actually like a lot of music, and so it's more about discovering bands and then trying to make them grow and get established.
How is it possible to make a band or an artist grow? That's the question for all of you guys. That's the question of our panel. Is it possible that somebody from the outside can help the artist to make him big artificially? Or, the artist himself or herself themselves has to do a lot of things, much more than before, to make promotion, from his side. What do you think?
Do you see when things are artificial? Can you recognize when something is pushed and something is not?
Well, I don't know. Let's say this Baby Lasagna. I'm sorry that we are, Baby Lasagna is the act from Croatia that was really knocked down last year, and he went to Eurovision, and he was the favorite of the Eurovision. Nobody knew for him. And then Eurovision came, and everybody's talking about Baby Lasagna. He's a huge star now in Croatia, in the region, and in Europe. So I don't know if it's artificial or not, but definitely Eurovision helped him from point minus 10 to plus 200.
Yeah, but that's for me, it's a platform which was very well used, so to say. So it's not artificial. I know there are stories, especially about Baby Lasagna, and one of the questions at another conference in Croatia yesterday was like, and even in Serbia, everybody's like, yeah, I know Baby Lasagna, it's just an artificial, you all planned it and make it like that. So that means that somebody planned it so he's a, replacement, and then that his career is rocketing this way. I think it all starts with a song, and I think Darko would agree in this. It starts with a song. So if the song is not good enough, you can push it as much as you want, you can throw millions of euros into advertising this and that. it can make you a one-hit wonder if your song is kind of catchy or not, but it's not making a career. So the question is how you make a career, not just how you make yourself famous, because, yeah, we see people getting famous all the time. Also in Serbia, I know in Croatia and some other countries in the region, you also have people who are famous musicians, but they can't sell 20 tickets. And they have 20, 30 years long careers, and you see them in all TV radio shows. You know them, you know some of the radio songs, but actually they don't have a fan base.
Why? How is that possible? If everybody knows them, why don't people come to their concerts?
Because
they lack emotion, or
no, it's not. It's because music radio stations love them. In terms of it's a easy listening,
Editors love
easy
them,
listening pop, but it doesn't actually affect the audience. The audience doesn't care, you know.
And
so
the other way around, there are also people who attract lots of people on the concerts, and they have no radio play.
Like trap scene in Croatia or some other countries as well. Croatia is a bit different because now trap folk is getting into the mainstream media. But you still have bands that are selling a lot of tickets that you can't hear on radio or in mainstream media. So artificially, yeah, you can, for me, when I work with artists, and I work with a lot of young artists that are upcoming artists, one of them is Luka Rajic. Come to see him tonight, just to say.
He's wonderful, yeah. He's a wonderful
You can give them structure. So what we do is basically give them structure. So you teach them how to do some certain things. You know, how you structure your biography, your images, how to be presented, how to do Spotify for artists and stuff like that. So you give them structure in how you release things, single, album strategies and so on. But you can't push it artificially and say, this is a planned project. I think that in industry, when you see that there's an Amy Winehouse and then there are 10 different Amy Winehouses, you see that in 10 years' time, none of us remembers any of... Can you remember any of the Amy Winehouse copies that been there at that time?
I don't know any of Amy Winehouse
I can
copies.
remember one, Gabriela Cilmi or something like that, how Sweet About Me, that's the song I know. Nothing else.
Sweet About Me. Okay, that was a huge one-hit wonder.
One-hit
but
wonder.
after that, I don't remember anything that happened. So you follow that scene. Darko, what is your perspective? Do you kind of help new artists gain
of all,
some
I want to
fame?
say about this generally. Everything starts with a song. Without song, let's say, when they say hit song, it doesn't matter what, let's say it's 1 billion or let's say 100,000. Hit song is when it's played on, let's say, on radio, on people share it, listen it at home. Generally, that's the hit song. So perspective of hit song is also very different. So, but when it's coming to performing and hit music, it's, for me, they are divided by wall. They
Really?
are yes, they are not connected totally. You can be completely, you don't have one hit, but you can have great concerts. There are many people, let's say, first of all, you have bands who play covers. And they are very famous. They play covers, everybody can, because they make a show. It's a show. If someone has a very big hits, but he's on stage, he doesn't have the energy, he
No
don't know
charisma.
no charisma, how to connect with the people, he will not have a concert. I have many singers who have great hits, but they don't do concerts.
Maybe they don't even like doing concerts, and people
Yes.
see that.
Some of them, they don't like to have concerts. So it's totally, in my so far experience, they are not connected. Totally divided. It's not, doesn't matter if you had a great hit. If you don't want to perform, don't connect with people, you will not connect. For example, let's say we have Eurovision. It's a very good example. It's a platform, a very good platform. If you use it to be on the stage good, you can have a great song. Yeah, but if you're not good on stage, nobody will feel it in the stage. I've been in 15 Eurovisions, so I see people when they come on stage, if they make a great show, even if it's one-man show with the guitar, if you connect with people, they will love it.
Could you give us some examples?
Because at the end, some other song will become hit, who didn't want. If we have, let's say, example, Armenia song, I was in that Eurovision. The song was
Lada Niva
from...
for this year?
No, 3 years ago. She had the biggest hit worldwide.
Okay.
She didn't want. She was like last. Don't get me like. You
But the
understand
hit
me?
remained.
But her staging was like normal. She was not so, how to say, because in these days heavy metal it's like turbo folk because they fire whole dresses, makeup.
Are
you
there
know.
any heavy metal fans?
No,
here?
no. I'm saying I like heavy metal, but if you don't do that, you're not heavy metal. Because let's say rockers generally are, they can be turned up. It doesn't matter. They didn't
Yeah,
shower.
shoegazers,
Yeah,
yeah.
they are like that. But heavy metals are not. They're all hair, this black, dark.
Show,
you know, show. It's a big show. If you don't have a show, nobody will understand this. Why you make it?
And she didn't have a show.
No, she has a normal performance.
okay.
Bravo, very
That's
good.
not for Eurovision,
But the
it's not
song,
enough.
But the song after Eurovision became worldwide
Global hit.
success, and then little by little she became famous. She didn't have that huge success because of this staging. So, in my experience, this is not connected. It's connected. If you're on staging, you will have express highway to stars, let's say. But some people don't have. They are shy. They are very excellent musicians, but they need time.
To grow, yeah.
Yes, to grow. So everybody has different path, different, you know. Me, for example, I don't want to be on stage. I totally.
But you are on stage right now.
I became on stage because, you know, let's
Because
say.
of login.
No, I'm saying when I started, let's say I was in the group, rap group, I didn't even show myself. They perform, yeah, I was in the group, but I never show myself. And one time, by mistake, I sing on one of the songs. So because it was demo, the guy didn't wrote the lyrics and they leave on the demo. So by accident, I even sing. I'm trying to tell you, there are many musicians who don't want to be, they like me, let's
They
say.
love music,
but there are
but they don't
many, I admire people who are on stage, who can connect with people, who they can share their energy, you know, because staying on stage, sharing this frequency on a right way, you know, you make a magic, you know. If you don't have that connection, people, I don't want to see him. He's not so good. So about this, what I was saying about the staging, and this, for me, it's not connected. I'm not saying it's not like that. My perspective is like that. About the, let's say, how to become or how to become, if it's easier or not, this time, let's say, for me, it's always the same. It's because only, you know, it's easier to share worldwide music now, but it's, in the same times, you compete with 7 billion, 8 billion people. Before
Competition is tough,
yes,
yeah.
like say, in next Yugoslavia, we have 8 TVs. So if you go on one of these TVs, immediately everybody will see you. So in one way it was easier, but another way, how to come there, how to have connection, who to find.
Where to start?
Where to start? It's very hard. Now it's easy to start, but very hard to succeed. So
To stay in the
before was like, if you have right connection, if you have normally great song, it's like he says, this is the basic. Without that, don't even start. Like maybe you even have a pay commercial very good, but it will not go like you plan it, you know, because planning music, many people, let's say, make videos and this, that, they ask me what to do. We have to make video. I have so many songs, they don't have video. They are great hits. They stay very long time. And so great song will always find the
way.
Yeah, the way to go. But in my perspective, it's not the how to say. It's different path, but it's the same path in the same way. It's hard in every way, you know, to succeed. So everybody who succeed know that it's not easy.
Yeah, it's always in all
Nobody
the
give it
industries.
to you like he told his story, like he was fighting to, they didn't give him this, he has to go in private school, you know, but fighting, it's actually good. It's not bad thing.
It makes you
yes,
thicker,
it makes
yeah.
you stronger, you know. If I give you hits, if I give you crowd, if I give you stage, if I give you Eurovision, if you're not good, nothing will help you.
Nothing will happen.
Because,
Imagine
but if
going
you
over-
fight, you will see your mistakes and you will learn. So when they ask me what is bad, what is wrong, it's not. There is no bad. It's only good. You know, you are learning from that mistake. Something bad happened. This is just one lesson.
Frank, you are also here for more than like 30 years. So in which way did the times change now? It was said in one of the previous panels that, I don't know, 20 or 30 years ago, you had an enemy, and who was on the cover an enemy? When you see somebody's face, okay, this is the next big thing, this is the future star. And nowadays, it means nothing. If you're on the cover of some mainstream magazine, nothing will happen because people have other sources, you know, to realize who is the best for them. So in which way the times has changed? Darko just told us that in some way it's a good way, and in other perspective it's a, you know, for the worse. So what is your perspective on this topic?
Well, I think in former times there were the traditional media, like newspapers, magazines, and so on. Television, of course, it's still today. And I remember when we promoted concerts in Berlin, and there was like a big article about a band or an artist that nobody knew before, and it was something like the eighth wonder of the world, because it was an artist who could sing over 4 octaves, you know, it was very eclectic. We had 1,000 tickets sold after this article.
So it was easier for you
Yeah,
then?
this would not happen nowadays. You need to make your work on so many different levels, I think, and as an unknown artist, it's very difficult to get the attention just through one article or one appearance somewhere in the media, you know. Of course, I think radio is still very important, but then there's all this new stuff like TikTok and so on, which young people use. In the panel earlier today, I heard young people are not going to concerts anymore. I don't think it's true, but maybe at that extent that we went to concerts when we were young, it's maybe not happening anymore, and people
Why?
I don't know. Maybe some said it's because of the pandemic that people are not used to go out anymore. I think nowadays young people are very much used to consume on a screen, you know, whether it's your mobile or
They don't
TV
feel that they
screen,
need to be present
yeah,
live.
and they don't maybe need this feeling of a live concert as I still need it and as I got used to it, you know. Maybe this is a reason, you know, but I still see many young people, maybe they want more dancing mood, you know. I think Eurosonic is a good example because I think the people who vote and assist and then vote for the acts that they see, they are mostly young people, you know. And it's true that an artist that is great on stage and does a lot of cool stuff on stage and then on TV, he will maybe have more attention. But on the other hand, a singer like this a girl from France that I think was on the second score 2 years ago or last year.
Voilà.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was just singing with a beautiful song, you know, and she got second or third place. So people are still touched by the music, you know, and not just by the action that someone does or how an artist appears on social media, you know. For us, of course, as an agent, things have become much easier because I remember in former times we had to burn CDs and put them in an envelope and send to someone. Or
And now you send a link and
yeah,
that's
exactly.
it.
Yeah, for us it's certainly much easier.
But
also,
much more channels, I mean.
yeah, there are more channels. You need to play on different channels, of course. But you can discover stuff on Spotify. I mean, very often I listen to a new album and then I don't switch the channel.
But algorithm
Yeah.
finds you.
Yeah, they just take me to other stuff on music, and then I suddenly listen to a song which I find interesting, and then I check it, you know, or sometimes I sit in a bar and I Shazam the song because I find it interesting. So there are so many ways to discover new music, and so many options for new artists to get discovered. I mean, as I said, I work with music from all over the world. So how do they come to Europe? You know, through the internet, it's so much easier for them to be discovered, and all these algorithms have their certain disadvantage, of course. But I think if you are in a niche and if you like a certain type of music, then you're gonna discover a lot of different bands in this more or less same range of music, you know. And I often thought that Afrobeat would be dead, for instance, you know, and it's very difficult when you're older and you still have seen maybe Fela Kuti, you know, to say, oh, this is still a great Afrobeat band, because how will you compare this band to Fela Kuti, you know? But it's not true. There are so many different types of using Afrobeat in jazz or in pop music.
You have to be open.
Yeah. So I think with the experience of listening to the music from countries which are far away, you know, through Spotify, for instance, you get so many new influences as an artist in your music, you know, and you can reach out to people in a country which is maybe over the ocean, you know. So it's definitely easier for artists. I think to get booked concerts, it's easier. I don't think it's easier to make money, because Spotify, we all know, when you're not famous, you will not.
Maybe we should invite somebody from Spotify next year.
Yes, definitely.
Not only people who complain about Spotify.
Yeah, but to get exposure, it's definitely a good time. But of course, you need to work for that. I think we're going to speak about that later.
Yeah, Zarina, how did you use this social media and these new technological options for your career? You told us that you already have some experience and you can share some of your stories. So how was your path?
First of all, because I work into the different field, I work with traditional music, and there are no hits made from the scratch. But there is already a ready music that you will give interpretation to it. My personal experiences, I was how actually Zarina, my career started. It's started on one peak of the mountain. I was singing and somebody recorded me from a back. I didn't know at all. And he just posted
you're a star by accident.
Yes, exactly.
Like Darko and his song.
And
Instagram.
He just posted it on Facebook, and we didn't even have time to discuss why he posted it. He already went viral, and this video now is having 2-3 millions.
Yeah, that's the day that really changed everything in your life.
Yes, at the moment where the first song came on social media, I was working as a regional manager of sales, so it was totally different. That's why I invented Zarina Prva Sevda, because my real name is Evgenia, and I was working very serious things there, and I didn't want people to recognize me.
Really? And then you quit?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
The first time.
A big round of applause for very brave decision to quit serious business because music.
Yes, what was my point? The point was that I strongly believe in the honesty of the artist, into how honest you are. If you are honest enough, if you strongly believe in what you are doing, you will not have to make such an effort to be star. It just happens. It happened to me. So everybody, if it is honest, and if we all of us, I'm talking like an artist now. We know our ikigai, our purpose of life, and your intuition is telling you all the time what is your purpose. So when I started to work with, when this song, the first song, became viral, I just immediately understood that I'm on the wrong way when I was working as a sales manager and everything else that I was working before.
Music won.
Yes. Personally, I strongly believe in organic audience, and this is how I'm building my social media. And I just leave to people to find me and to really like what I'm doing and to to follow me on Instagram. Not
So Instagram is your biggest channel.
Facebook is the biggest with 30,000 people or something. On Instagram, I'm still not very, because I made Instagram very late, like 3 years ago.
And TikTok maybe?
No, I don't.
Nothing for younger
I don't,
audience.
No. Yeah, so I'm very happy to share, and I really want to share this story, because I believe in Macedonia, especially for Macedonia, because I know now here there are lots of Macedonians who are struggling to start from the scratch. And it's a hard situation when you are from Macedonia and your visibility abroad is quite difficult. I was lucky enough to attend Most Music, where I had one of the biggest schools that I really need to have as an artist, what Nicola mentioned before, to learn how to, because when you are starting from the scratch, you will have to be your personal booking agent, manager, and tour manager, and everything. And
makeup artist, costume designer.
Everything. You have to have some knowledge about how to do these very boring things, like writing on the PCs, sending an emails, who to call, what to speak, and everything. It's a knowledge, and it's something that anybody can learn. I'm telling you, I was lucky enough to be on the Most, and we had training for 10 days with the professionals, and it was very constructive. It was everything done on the right way, so we can understand. Because
where was it? I'm sorry, that was
in Sofia.
In Sofia. It was a course. It was school, or
it was like a training
for young artists.
Yes.
Okay.
For 10 days we've been there. And mostly all of us who went there, they are already performing all around Europe. It's because we, as an artist, we all the time speak like, well, I'm artist, I don't want to work boring things like
Nicola will do that.
Yes. But
No.
we have to understand at one point that it's very important to start from somewhere and to give as much effort as you can, so you can at one point speak with a booking agent and to know what exactly to speak to them, to already know what
To
they
be
are doing
self-confident.
and everything. So yes.
And I'm sorry to ask you, but we have to know, can you make a living out of music, your music, now in Macedonia? I mean, was it a good decision to quit the job for that type of music?
At the moment where I quit, of course not. For 1 year I was struggling to survive because I'm paying rents here in Skopje.
That's what I was thinking. I mean,
Yes.
it's really a brave decision for an emerging artist.
I really believed in what I'm doing. I still believe in it. I know that as I told you, it's my purpose of life. So first chance that I got, I just wanted to grab it, because before I lost many chances. I was performing different types of music, and somehow I can say that I was feeling as I'm feeling now. I'm very satisfied with what I'm doing. I'm not very wealthy. I don't have my own house. I don't have expensive car, but I'm very happy.
You have a smile.
Yes, I'm happy that I can share my music, to share the music from the cultural evolution of the people who are living in this region, in the Balkans, and to see how people are singing Macedonian phrases of some of my songs in Brussels or in Manchester or whatever. So I just live for this. It's for me. It's, of course, I work hard to be paid well as well. I will lie if I say different things, because I'm already working for 4 years and I've done lots of things. Loans, I was taking loans when I want to perform on some showcase that I really believe that's important.
You invested a lot in
Invested a lot, thousands of of euros, and now I for sure
You expect to
yes,
get back something.
and this is how I'm. When I speak with somebody, they should know that it's time to be, to get something from this. It's not only investing, but a lot of work, very focused, very, to not give up all the time when you have a big struggle. There are lots of struggles. I was driving a van for 17 hours, and then I was going on the scene after that, and I will not complain because I know why I am doing this. So the faith in the story that you are presenting, it's the biggest show that you can ever give to the audience. They are feeling, you cannot lie to the audience. Even on the social media stories, you cannot lie. When you lie, people are feeling it, and maybe you will get that follow on Instagram, but they will
see it through you,
definitely
yeah.
not come and buy a ticket for your concert. So you have to be honest.
Authentic, yeah.
And honest with the people. I'm not recording video now because I have to record video. I was recording, and I made an experiment one time when I was not in the mood to sing. I had different problems, but people were sending me messages like, "Oh, you didn't post it on social media for a while. We are expecting a new song and everything." And okay, I was sitting like this, and I recorded a video. And this video was like 10,000 people, they saw it. And when I'm recording a video which I really enjoy and I'm in the mood and I really feel it that it is the right time, and I will record it, and it is like 100,000 people that will see this video.
So they like you happy.
Of course, it's not only happiness. Sometimes I'm in the mood for crying, and I'm singing a song that is sad, and people are liking. It's because
Your emotion.
at the moment I'm feeling like this, and I want to share with some people. Not because I will get some money from some brand who will pay for this video. So
That's interesting. Nicola, do you agree? Is this the way you're working with your artists? When you feel like crying, then please post a video that you're crying. When you're feeling happy, then your followers should see you happy.
No, I torture my artists, even though they won't say that. I'm joking. I mean, my perspective is different. I do have musical education, but I had a huge stage fright, and I never went into playing. I mean, I did try to play live, but I was playing trumpet, and then when you play trumpet and you have a stage fright,
That sounds
that
terrible.
sounds terrible because you're shaking and the trumpet's not like. So that's my music career, and
That's how managers become managers.
So I can't speak from artist perspective, even though I work with a lot of you, and we speak a lot of times about how and I'm also a very anxious person, and I work with a lot of anxious people, and most of my artists are anxious, so we are attracting each other. So we have a group sessions, and a lot of my colleagues from record labels and industry people are also very anxious people, so we also have group sessions.
People are generally
maybe it's where we
anxious.
live, I don't know, something in the water. No, I mean, I know that artists sometimes, even when you don't feel you have to go on stage and perform. And we had so many situations and cases where you're like, you know what, this is already paid, there's a festival, how many times you left your kids at home and then you sit on a plane like tonight and came here to play? How many times you went sick? I know how many times you went sick on stage and your back didn't feel well and so on, because first, it's what you do.
I so much didn't want to come there today after this flight tonight, but I had to. And look at me now.
Yeah, sometimes it's just, I mean, it's part of what we do and part in what we believe in. When you go bigger and bigger, and I can mention Butch Cassidy and a couple of bands I'm working with, even Lasagna, when you go on that scale, and I know Darko knows more famous people who are on even bigger level when you do arenas and stuff, then you don't have this commodity of feeling sad or whatever. You have this famous recording of Katy Perry getting a divorce over a text message from Russell Brand like 10 minutes before the show. You know, and then
but the show must go on.
And
for the shows it's different. I was speaking about social media. For the shows it's totally different.
In general, I mean, social media it's something that I think people need to do, and I kind of understand TikTok. I wouldn't call. I mean, I like TikTok and I spend hours on TikTok. So
Really?
I say, yeah,
Hours?
it's like dumb scrolling all
I
the
didn't
time.
know that about you.
I adore it.
Anxious people adore TikTok.
Yeah, I adore dog. You can see my dog has 250,000 views, and then I tell to my artist, if my dog can get 250,000 views on TikTok, then you can do better.
Maybe people like dogs better than
No,
musicians.
but listen, some music, it's like with vinyls. People are asking,
TikTok
everybody is selling vinyls, should they make one? If you're doing, I don't know, if you're into rock music like Party Breakers, I guess your music makes more sense on vinyls than on Spotify because I don't see still this movement from older generations to Spotify digital services. I see them on YouTube and maybe radio and CDs and vinyls. But if you do hip-hop trap, I also don't see a lot of movement of expensive vinyls, of selling vinyls. So you're more on, currently in our region.
You have to adapt to the target.
So you have to adapt to the, so if you're not a TikTok person, if you don't feel like it, you either hire somebody to do it for you, or you don't do it at all, because it's maybe not your platform, Maybe Instagram is your platform, and then you're doing there better. So it depends of the audience and what you do. I also think you can
provide those kind of services to your clients, to your artists, to...
No, I mean, there's so many agencies, there's so many influencers and people who do this that I can just share an advice of somebody who's into business. And I know everybody are talking, yeah, TikTok is important. Yeah, it is important, but I don't think it's just that, Because I do have bands that don't have TikToks, but they're selling thousands of tickets. But I can also see movement when Butch Cassidy opened TikTok, or when Lasagna started TikTok. I see other movement that is going around there. Does it affect the ticket sales or not? I'm still not sure,
you're still not sure.
I'm still not sure. I see it boosts Spotify now and then. It also boosts, I mean, you can see Sai CMC, she had this Fuchs Deluxe, I don't know if you follow the trend, but she has a hit song that rocketed on TikTok, and then it boosted the whole catalog and everything. So without it, the song wouldn't go so viral and wouldn't go so big on Spotify. But for some artists...
Wait a minute, so maybe that for Sai CMC, for example, that was really a strategy, a plan. She wanted to gain this younger audience, that's why she opened TikTok and she made a video, and now she sold out Močvara club in Zagreb, targeted to young people, so maybe it's all connected. Can you really plan those kind of things?
It is, but without having a hit song, it wouldn't... I mean, you have so many songs on TikTok, but not everything is viral. Let's put it in that term.
And how do you make a viral song? Tell me.
I think people have to like it, and then people need... I mean, like with Dream Team Tagidim, So it had very different polarized opinions. Somebody said it was copy of Rammstein or Pain or this and that, but it has this viral moment where you can nod your head, or you can do a hand gesture, or you can, there were a lot of cat persons on TikTok, and Instagram in general. Like, I'm dog person and I'm scrolling dogs. So a lot of cat people started posting meow cat, please meow back. So
was it planned, or you think it was just by coincidence?
You have to meet Marco. This is not planned. It's just, he's a very anxious.
It was just luck.
I think everything fit perfectly at the perfect moment. So somebody call it fate, somebody call it coincidence, somebody call he's a religious person, so he believes that it was his time to do this stuff. I think he got everything together. The Dora is so shit, that his song stood up so strong, and then it also rocketed him that he was the underdog because he was the replacement. And then everybody were like, if this is the replacement,
people love underdogs.
You must be fucking mad. And then people love underdogs, and he's very modest guy, he's like that.
He's a likable guy.
He's a likable guy, and then he had a story, he was telling a compelling story of what we all experience in Balkans, of young people leaving homes, going abroad, and then mentioning all the right words, like cats, for example, because people like cats. So I think he got it all with his performance, and he's a different person when he goes on stage, there's like you were saying, there's a vibe, there's an energy, and when he grabs the mic and when he look at the Eurovision audience, you can see that there's, something going on. So I think people like this kind of appeal. So if you would stage it, I don't think we would do it that, I don't think we would remember that he's an underdog and then push the underdog and so on.
So it was magic.
I think it happened in the right time.
Darko, what is your impression?
First of all, because you asked him what is viral, how to make viral songs.
Yeah, but you made a lot of viral songs.
I did, yeah. But I'm saying, first of all, if you are a big artist, you have bigger luck to have a luck, because you really need a luck if you're beginning, let's say, beginner. But if you are already famous, you have a bigger audience. Luck is like 20-30%, you know. Then it's the rest is good song. It has to be good song because this is the basic, you know. Without quality of music, you will lose your audience because.
Do you adapt the song to the artist?
Yes, all the time. All the time.
So you're imagining the artist while you are composing
absolutely.
the song.
You know, for me, the basic when I make songs, it's the voice. Sometimes I even delete completely arrangement on music. We just start with the voice because the main instrument is voice. You know, and they say, where is the arrangement? The arrangement will be when we make the real voice, because the voice, that's the diamond in the music.
Thank you.
Yes.
Should I say thank you?
No, really, because even if you're rapping, if the voice is not exact, go with the flow, with, you know, it's nothing, magic will not happen. Yes, they are instrumental, who can be also hit, but in the instrumental, then you need to put something what will be recognizable.
The vocal is telling the story.
Yes, and then with the, let's say if you're a beginner, you really need a luck, in my opinion, because people will find it, but luck to become like very fast. Her case, let's say, he has a beautiful voice, and with her beautiful voice, she had a luck that guy who recorded and same time he posted in the right time, maybe, you know, and everything, universe became together in one time, you know. So
again, underdog story, like with Baby Lasagna.
Yeah, Baby Lasagna is really story incredible. Can you imagine in the jury listening, I don't know, 200, 300 songs, and listening, this is okay, but it's not a somewhat good song. And that song has a lack, someone to not show, to say I'm not performing, and to enter like first replacement.
Yeah,
so
if Jaja, the singer, he wouldn't. Yeah,
nobody would know who Baby
so
Lasagna
the
is.
jury didn't recognize that it's the
That
hit.
talks a lot about the jury, but that's another topic.
No, I'm saying they recognize it's a good song. For that reason, they put it in the, let's say, first replacement. If they didn't recognize, they will not put it. But I'm saying they didn't recognize it's for, let's say, top 15. I don't know.
Yeah, but the fact that he was number 2 in Europe and almost won, just giving you a sense of what the fuck is this jury thinking about, you know? Because, I mean, I know your song is great, Natalie, you did Natalie, right? My kids love that song, but, you know, there are other songs that were really, really like, you know, why is this here? You know, it just...
You know, there are songs, for example, that song, let's say, Baby Lasagna, I saw it 2 days ago, he was singing my song Diamanti from that year. So some songs are not, let's say, depends on the performer, how it performed, time, experience. He's not experienced, he did already perform. He has a, let's say, for him it's like first staging very quality, you know, like performing, let's say that song, if you perform it in different way, I don't think that people will...
Yeah, you need to have this huge
in
energy.
my opinion, you know, if you just sing it like this, nobody will, you know, recognize. But Ed Sheeran, if he sings like this, everybody will sing.
The whole package.
Because the song, it's not like for singing with guitar and acoustic, hey, let everybody to cry. Nobody will cry on that song. Everybody want to dance. They will.
Dog lovers.
Yes, but let's say if she performs some song on even guitar, without her guitar, just voice, everybody will have the different emotion. She will maybe not win. I'm saying so. Every song has different path. So his song was perfect for, let's say, trend of Eurovision, trend of heavy metals, because heavy metal wins many times. So it's that trend, he catch it in the right moment, in the right time. Sometimes happen, I remember Portugal guy, he was singing alone on the...
Yeah, and he was a huge hit.
Yes. So...
but on the other side, I don't even remember the Portugal guy, but I remember some of the songs that didn't win. Yeah.
But many people like that song, you know, listen it still today.
Yes.
So it's
because he was different.
You know, maybe they like it more than Lasagna. So you understand me? It's a totally, you know, there's maybe Lasagna after 2 years, nobody will listen to that song. But his song, they will maybe listen it even 100 years ago. So it's I'm not saying it's like that. I'm saying maybe, because we never know. There are many hits who are hits in the time nobody listened to them now.
I can just say, I just remember one thing that you asked, it's about TikTok. I know there are strategies that labels are basically currently doing outside of this region, because as previous panels they said we're 20 years late. So one of the things that they do these days, and this is maybe interesting for the artist, is you sell your song. I know it sounds tough, but you sell your song to the commercial. If you take a look at some of the songs that became viral, you can see them at very early stage, even before it's released or when it's released, very early to some of the commercials, like to cars or something like that, and it's building this kind of viral momentum. Another thing which became very popular is also, I know this is tough from our region, getting to Netflix or some of the TV shows. Some of these songs also, went to this or that TV show and become viral moment again. Kate Bush is a different thing, Metallica is a different thing with Stranger Things and everything, but this also happens to older songs. So Kate Bush is completely reintroduced to the new audience,
new generation,
via
yeah.
The TV shows and so on. There are new tools that will be developed more and more, like snippets. So before you release a song, you have 30 seconds or 60 seconds you give to Spotify or different services. Even Meta is now doing this with TikTok and Facebook. So you release 30-second snippet. But this works if you already have an audience. So if you're a Beyonce and you're releasing a snippet, everybody wants to hear it, it's something new.
If you're a new artist who gives
If you're an artist who not, then you're trying to build. Most of the viral songs have a story. I'm remembering some of the, there's a Daylight by Dave Kushner. You probably heard it, He's telling the story. Hosier, Too Sweet, the song that it was this year, very, it's also, it has a catchy lyrics, and okay, it's a catchy song, but also, people can make content because they put the music and they either put letters or make content, with something that they do in their life. So the story is here also something that it's kind of, creating.
We are talking all the time about the show. There is a music where there is no show. There is only music. You are entering, you are sitting down, and you are just watching. You are just listening music.
It's a show. Somebody enjoy like watching you. You understand me? I'm saying you are a show to me also because I enjoy your energy. You understand me? When you sing, you are making a show. In my case, let's say you
by
sing
yourself. Just your face is a show.
Yes, you don't have to wear makeup. You don't have to sing very stupid lyrics like yes.
Yes.
You understand me? You have to say something. So it's for that reason.
At least Rim Tim Tag
yes.
Yeah, but sometimes.
Yeah, but let's say we will see like for that kind of shows, songs, we need time to show. He will have a great another hit, 2 hits, 4 hits. You understand me? Because many singers start, let's say, like she started with emotional songs, who telling a story, something saying, not just saying to be TikTok. He really saying something and singing with emotion. He needs time, people, to
organically
to see it like a show.
It's not quick.
Because you really making a show.
Everything is a show.
Everything is a show.
Is visual.
Yes. So in a way.
Even no show is show.
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah. So I'm saying, people who make 10 great songs, they will stay forever. They will sing forever if they have, you understand me? And even the older song who are not hits will become hits.
Yeah,
That's what they only play at Serbian radio, 80s, nothing else.
Radio Nostalgia.
Nostalgia, yeah. No,
I just mentioned with the show, the thing with the show, because sometimes I'm getting some feedbacks. Oh, if you put something on your head,
You should
maybe
be sexy.
Yeah.
You should be naked.
And I'm
Show
wearing
some
something
ass.
Yes.
That's completely
It
other
depends
panel.
on what type of audience you want to attract.
Okay.
Yes, I know very quick way how to attract audiences and how to make a show, but I just don't want. I don't want to go naked on the scene. I don't want to
That's
put.
why you are in Dolce Vita
Yes.
today. Completely dressed up.
I mean,
Frank is struggling with our Balkans to say something.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Frank.
Sorry.
How do
Sorry,
you work
Frank.
with your artist?
No, I wanted to say that whatever the platform is, with all the algorithms and so on, I think what is most important is the authenticity and to be original. Your example with the dog or the cat, I don't remember, shows that you maybe have to be a little funny or whatever, but I think when you're just original and get discovered, by something that you do by heart, you know.
Yes.
It can be on any platform. Maybe YouTube is a good example because it's not so algorithm driven maybe as other platforms, you know. That's why you might have been discovered there, you know.
I was discovered on Facebook, but yeah, still.
Okay, but it was still a video.
Yeah.
So I think this is very important, and I liked also your other example, you know, that showed how much you worked over the last 4 years, because when you get viral, it will not be automatic that you
It's just the beginning.
become famous. You have to have many years of hard work, and still with all us, music producer, record label, agent, you have to do a lot of your work still on your own, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
We are expert and we have a network and we can give you orientation, we can give you advices, we help you with our network. I, as a booking agent, of course, do a lot of this boring stuff that you don't want to do, but still you have to do your job, and that's not just going on stage or singing, you know. You have
Exactly.
to be active on social media still. You cannot just as an artist say, oh, finally I found a manager or I find a booking agent or a label. Now I can be just creative, you know. It doesn't work like this. You still have to do a lot on social media on your own, because there's no manager who will do it as well as you do it
It
yourself.
goes from yourself, yeah.
Even
And-
press, not just social media. You have to do press. I mean, even
Yeah.
traditional
Interviews, everything. Yes, yes.
You need
yes.
everything, more than ever. Do we have any questions from the audience? Yeah, here's the question, and then we have to finish because we already ran out of time. Jesmo, da, počeli smo.
Media. Who cares?
Who cares? Login cares.
Hi,
Hi.
my stage name is Valdera. I'm a Macedonian singer. I'm a composer and also a producer. I recently posted my first album. I mean, it's for sale now here in Macedonia. But I guess I can say the greatest difficulty for me as an artist is promotion. And the description of this panel said, in the description it says, learn the tricks of effective promotion. So far, I mean, no offense, but I didn't hear any tricks. And I would like to know more tricks, because
Many tricks. You heard many tricks. Just you have to listen to them.
to be honest, the only way to get promotion is if you have a rich dad to pay for your.
No.
Well, in my case, I've seen that a lot of artists, like, they have to put money into advertisement and stuff. So that's a good way to get exposure. But I'm asking, like, what's the best way if you don't have the money and you have all the qualities for success, but still cannot find that success even in your own country?
I think it's a good start that you're here. I would say that, because I
Yes.
think that you as artists should go to all the regional conferences and meet people. And I wish that there's more artists here, and I know some of the artists that I told the same, and I see them now here in this room, which is a progress. You have MENT, you have PIN, you have Contact, you have Šibenik, you have many regional conferences. Most of them are free. For some you pay, but it's your investment. And then you go and mingle and meet the people. There are a lot of PR and press people here. There's a lot of media at these conferences. And then I can introduce you later on. There's Katarina Epstein from Radio Belgrade, for example, here, that she might like your music. I paid PR for my bands in a moment when they had huge concerts, like Butch Cassidy doing Stadium. This is the time when we paid PR. Everything else was done organic. So meaning me as a label sending press releases, calling people. I can tell you that I also did PR in the past, but first mailing list I was doing, going on the websites and getting all the emails and sending these to Universe. And some of them never replied, but some of them did reply. I think that's the only way how you do promotion. I'm not a believer in you now paying YouTube campaign and paying thousands of euros, because that will make you maybe famous, but it will not make your audience. I think you need to understand where your audience is, and I don't think it will, being famous will come overnight. In terms of promotion, I think you have to go and see, okay, who are the panelists here? Who's from Exit? Who's from this festival? Who's from this label, that label? Who's from this media? And I will introduce myself to all of them. And I know that sometimes I might get one booking from here and one radio appearances, but that's better than what you had in the past. Most of the websites, most of the media have context online. I would just go and call them and ask them, okay, I have this song, do you like it or you don't like it? And the fact that you have an album, I think that's not just enough, don't take me wrong. I think there needs to be plan and strategy. That's what I tell to all of my bands. So when they come and say, I have a single, and I'm like, okay, what's the plan? What's the next single? When is the album? Or I have an album, okay, then what? Tour, video, new single, new tour, collaborations, and so on and so on.
Posts with dogs, with cats, and everything.
No. I mean, I'm not saying
package.
people should do shit just to do TikToks and because it's going to be fake. I'm just saying, if you like TikTok, then do it. If you don't like it and don't feel it, you either research it, and then after spending a lot of time of researching and understanding how it works, see if it's for you or not. Don't just say it's not.
Yeah, but it helps, definitely.
Not for me. I think it helps.
Feeling for social exposure.
If you find
It
your
really
own
helps.
niche, how to do it, and you feel comfortable with it, I would do it. If you don't feel like it, then post, but for example, a lot of bands don't remember to post Spotify link to their social media. A lot of bands don't even do like a link tree where you compile all the services and then it goes to this there. A lot of bands don't do YouTube descriptions. This is all promotion.
Okay, but I think that one thing is true, that it's much harder if you're artist and introvert now. You have to be extrovert because you need to post things about you and to, make people familiar with your life and what are you dealing with, your phases. I think that you need to be more extrovert than before. You cannot be just autistic artists who are, shoegazing and doesn't have a contact with your audience. I think that is the truth for days nowadays.
I mean, we all became extrovert in a way because of the social media and the things we share from our life, right? So less privacy, but if you're an artist, it kind of should be kind of normal or not, because you then go on stage, you perform in front of people, you go to TV, you go to radio, right? So I'm sorry.
I just want to add something because I know this guy.
Okay.
And since I'm from Macedonia, I pretty much know the scene here. First of all, learn from somebody who is already where you want to be in the future. So find this guy, whoever it is in Macedonia or in this region, that you can just send a message and sit and drink a coffee with this guy and ask him about the strategy how to promote your album. I recorded an album, and then COVID started, and I had like 6 months before I released the album, and I immediately made a research which labels are in Macedonia that can I fit in. And I went with everybody to drink coffee with all the people who had labels. But as well, I didn't gave up of sending an email to the region. And so since all the doors in Macedonia were closed for what I was doing that, because it was very new, some Macedonian singer is singing Albanian music or whatever it is, I sent an email to Croatia Records, and all of a sudden the director of Croatia Records, she wrote me an email that she likes actually the music and she will release it for Croatia Records. And that's how my album is released in Croatia Records, just by Croatia Records.
Yeah, Croatia. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I'm just proud that
Yes.
somebody replied the email from Croatia.
You're also proud of some Serbian stuff, and also because you're in
Yeah, I'm on both kind of markets, but
Yeah.
I play more in Serbia than in Croatia.
in Macedonia. We say where your love is, there is your
yeah,
home.
that's my home.
So I can understand, but however, so sometimes it's just an email, but you have to make a research. Nobody is coming at home.
I've done it many times. I've sent emails and emails and emails and emails.
You will send more.
Hang out with us. Come on, please. Hang out with us and we'll fix it.
I definitely will. I'm just trying to say that the struggle is to communicate with certain people that can help you. Like you have they will tell you, oh, you have the passion, you have the talent, that's great, oh, I love your songs, and then they never call you. And it's always the same, and eventually you go, what am I chasing my tail here?
What?
It's part of the job, unfortunately, and especially if you're aiming to people who are on higher positions or have more obligations, whatever, it's going to be harder to chase them. You have a stories, a lot of bands who started with friends, like Coldplay and other people, because they didn't know what they're doing, but they understood they needed help. Then they found friends, peers who started becoming their assistants, managers. You know, a lot of famous stories of famous managers become from like, I was friends with Muse or Coldplay, and then I just, grew with them and then grew apart at one
And
point.
sometimes the professionals are not nice. Like you will
Yeah.
finally sit and drink a coffee with them and they will tell you, how many years you have? 25. You're already old. You will not make a career.
Yeah, but there are
They're
many
like you
idiots.
when
But
you're
thank you, Logan, if
17.
you are somewhere here, thank you for this. Because you made me zip what I had to do from 15 until 25. I zipped in 3 years. So thanks, Logan, for this.
I thank everybody for being here present and listening to us. One big round of applause for all of our guests. We have to finish. Everybody's already crazy in the organization. Thank you so much for all of your advices and good luck to you. We'll definitely hear from you in the future.